So welcome to the Lean Quiz. We're here in the Netherlands. It's getting dark here, so happy to see you all. We're gonna run a Lean game show, and the game show is just half an hour. So we normally can play this for a full day, and feel free to use some of this in your own trainings. So before we hit it off, my name is Rene, this is Antoine.
Hello.
And Antoine's going to help me out with the technical stuff. While we ask questions, we're going to take some seconds for you all to answer, and because of the interfacing and all the technology, it might be that we take more seconds than we aim for. Okay, first we're going to tell you how we're going to play. If you look on your right hand side, you will see that we have a Mentimeter. So if you go to stage on your right hand side, you see Mentimeter, and that's where we're gonna be playing. So that is directly into the hop-in. And if you are asked for a code, please type in this code. It's on the screen, A339049. So that is option 1 if you're going to play directly on the hop-in. The alternative is that you go and play on your mobile phone. So you can also play on your mobile phone. You go to menti.com. You enter the same code, A339049, or you simply click on the QR code. You can go with your phone to the QR code, and it directly links you to there. So please take a second and make sure you are entering your details, or you get ready to play. No stress, we're gonna first play some simple questions so you can all get used to playing this. So either go to the Mentimeter on stage or directly to menti.com. And we also have some great prizes for you guys. First of all, a 3-night stay at Hotel Gran Tegande, a 5-star spa, wellness and relax on Tenerife. That is where my friend Oriol is now. So you do have to pay for your flight, but everything else is made available by our gold sponsor Dream Place Hotels. Big thank you to the people from Dream Place. The runner-up prize will be a online A3 workshop, a training, and that is for the number 2. And for the runners-up 3, 4, 5, and 6, we have a full set of books published by the Lean Global Network. So some great prizes. What we're going to do is today we run a quiz, and tomorrow will be the second quiz, and we'll look at the winners of both quizzes. And at the end of the session, if you are in the top 2, top 3, then we'll ask you to send your email address to us. Okay, let's get going. Let's get started. First, we have some warm-up questions. First question, you can, where are you joining from in the world?
See a lot of people from Europe popping up.
18 from Europe.
Yep.
20, that's quite diverse.
Americas, Asia, a lot of people still awake. That's nice.
Singapore, Japan.
And Charles, I saw you writing in the chat, what's the code? The code is on the top hand of the screen. So A339049. So just go to menti.com with your mobile phone, or use it next to the stage and then click on Mentimeter. Right.
Cool. So still a lot of people clicking, voting. Okay, next question. In what sector are you working?
A lot of manufacturing.
Quite a lot of
39%.
manufacturing, 44, 42, 44. Digital finance, government, only a small percentage. Still some work to do. Construction, services. Cool. So next question, how many years of experience do you have with Lean? Is it relatively small, only 0 to 3 years, 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years, 10 to 15, or even longer than 15?
You see already some answers coming in. It's quite an even distribution thus far, so it will be interesting in the quiz to see what's what. Also in the chat, go in the guidance says 20 years.
20 years.
15, 10 to 15.
10 to 15. Dorota, 25. John Adler, 23 years.
All right.
Okay, great. So, first question, did you read the book Lean Thinking?
Some people are here for the prize. I can imagine that. We saw Oriole in the sun, so it's all good.
It's absolutely a great hotel. It's one of the best hotels I've been to.
Yeah.
Amazing story. So make sure when you can visit one of the sessions that is about the Dream Place Hotel, the Mojito workshops. It's really amazing. So a lot of people read it, but it's been a while back. But I think it's still a really interesting book to read. Lots of good stuff in it. So.
And some people actually went for the audiobook instead of reading.
Yeah,
that's good to see.
That's also a good possibility. Okay, let's start with the real quiz, the real questions where you can score points. And there's two really important things. One is answer correctly, so please provide us with the correct answer. But the second is also really important, and that is do it as quick as you can. So the quicker you answer, the more points you gain. So make sure you get started, get ready, because we need quick answers.
And you have until, between 15 and 25 seconds to answer the question, depending on the difficulty of the question. So if you answer too late, your vote won't be counted.
So are we ready?
Yes. You see Ryan Fun is already ready. That's great. All right.
So don't forget, fill in your name if you want to be able to win a prize. And if you don't mind, then you can still play anonymous. That's also okay.
There's already a lot of people in the session, some more people coming in. Just give you a bit of time to join up so you can win one of the prizes. You still see some people coming in.
Well, some great avatars.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We are ready.
Lean is based on 5 core principles. Is this yes, that's right? No, there are more. No, there are less. Please give us your answer.
Well, 159 people say yes, that's right.
Well done.
Well done.
Second question. How many countries are represented in this Lean Global Connection event? Is it close to 93, 54, 115, or 195?
And most people answer correctly as well. It's 115. That's quite a lot. And some people are actually saying it's increasing. And actually, we see more people signing up. So that's great to see.
Next question. Lean is centered on making clear what adds value by reducing everything else, remove work and lean back, or increasing the value for the customer by adding extra features.
And here, 157 people answered correctly, making clear by what adds value by reducing everything else. Remove work and lean back, it would be nice. 2 people voted for that, you can imagine as well.
Next question. Reducing lead time is always good for the customer, helps in finding quality problems quicker, or reduces your necessary inventory.
This is an interesting one, René.
Yeah, reducing lead time is not always good for the customer. So there are several cases where customers do not expect you to be that quick in producing something. So it's not always the case. It also is not per se reducing your necessary inventory. It could be, but the right answer is it helps in finding quality problems quicker. So that is kind of a trick question. Okay, we're heading on.
And we see it in the answers as well. It's quite an even distribution.
Yeah, that's good. Next question. In the Lean strategy, 4 key obstacles are mentioned. Which one is not a key obstacle? So you have 5 ones and 1 is not correct. 5 obstacles. There's actually 4 that we are looking for. Yeah, and listening to colleagues is not a key obstacle. So this is a hard one, but taking responsibility, being willing to explore uncertain possibilities, overcoming setbacks, and anticipating the next step. Those are the obstacles mentioned.
And
so
also here we see quite an even distribution. So that's,
yeah, it's a tough question. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Who's leading?
It's quite close, actually. We see that David is leading the board with 4,138 points. And we see that Chiara Federici is actually a good runner-up with a few points lagging behind. But there's still a lot of questions popping up. So we still see that Aaron or Andy's, they still all have a choice. So if you see your name on the board, answer correctly and answer fast, and you might pop up and take over the leader position.
Okay, let's move to the next question. Question 6 out of 10. Genryo Management is a framework to make profit during periods of both growth and decline in sales. Which one is not part of Genryo Management? Is it labor linearity, capital linearity, method linearity, or material linearity? Which out of these four is not part of Genryo Management? It's method linearity. So the idea is that it is always, you need to always be able to make a profit. So traditional management, people think, okay, there's a unique best point where you can make money, the best, but no, you need to be able to deal with more or less people, and the same goes with machines. So instead of buying one big machine, you better buy 10 smaller ones so you can turn them on or off depending on the demand. So method linearity is not existing. So unfortunately, only 51 scored correctly. Next question. These elements had an impact in the way we organize work. Which came first in history? Was it Highland Park plant? Was it training with an industry? Or Jidoka? And the first that was already in 1896 was the principle of Jidoka, or building quality, or automation. So that came before Highland Park plant was around 1910, where Ford, that was Ford's first plant. And training with an industry was the method that was developed during the Second World War, 1940s, in the factories in the US. The Ministry of Defense built on this to train people quickly. So Jidoka was the right answer. Let's move to the next question. There are 6 generic routines to allocate work elements in a U-shaped cell. Which one is not correct?
There's a bit more time. It's a difficult question.
It's a difficult question, so we give you a bit more seconds. And it was the 5th one. The sprint station is not existing. So the others are different ways to split the work over in U-shaped cells. So splitting the work, circuit, reverse flow, the ratchet, and combinations of splitting the work and the circuits are correct.
Here we see also quite an even distribution again.
Yeah.
So could be that the questions become more difficult as we go.
By the way, you can find out more about these generic routines in the book, Creating Continuous Flow, published by LEI. Next question. Already question 9 out of 10.
Second to last. So be ready, keep your phone at hand or click really fast in Mentimeter. If you think you're scoring a bit behind, it may be a bit better to guess and to take points on answering fast. But yeah, it doesn't work if you answer incorrectly, of course. Here we go.
5 people are working on a shift of 8 hours. Customer demand is 40. What is the actual takt time? Actual takt time. So you can calculate, make your calculations. 5 people are working on a shift of 8 hours and customer demand is 40. What is the actual takt time?
Asma in the chat says none of my answers were correct. Well, we have a quiz tomorrow as well, so feel free to join. We do have to say it's not the same questions, so
it's not the same quiz, not the same question. But Asma, you can come back tomorrow.
Right,
So-
answers are coming in. Yep.
Correct answer is 10.8 minutes. Typically, people would say 12 minutes, but that is the takt time. The actual takt time is 90% of the takt time. So you always want to be a bit below takt time, so you can deal with variation that pops up. So 12 minutes, unfortunately, is the takt time. It's not the actual takt time. There's also always 90% of takt time.
Bit of a trick question. We see some people in the chat writing 12, so yeah, that's what most people guessed or calculated, I have to say, but it's a bit below that.
And already the final question.
I'm curious if the leaderboard will have shifted a lot, but we will see it after this last and
final question for today. We know 3 types of pull systems. What is the downside of a sequential pull system? Does it require high process stability and short lead time to produce, less inventory and associated waste, or does it require mixed production control? Which is the correct answer? Yes, and most people scored that correctly. It requires high process stability and short lead time to produce. Well done, guys.
Yeah, so 80 people answered correctly. And I'm actually quite curious. Let's pull up the leaderboard and see if we have a lot of change. We still see Ciara on the top, but lagging behind a bit. We see Alice Lee. Whoa, there's quite some shuffling around. So Ciara really fast in the beginning, and we see now Alice Lee has won the first rounds.
Colin Houghton and Casey Elfman.
Exactly. So it's quite a lot of shuffling going around. In the last 5 questions, we see totally different leaderboard popping up.
Wow. Well, congratulations. These 3, please send us an email at info.leaninstitute.nl. So if you like to get your prizes, please send us an email, info@leaninstitute.nl. Mind you, institute is written in a Dutch way with UUT at the end.
Yeah.
So really cool that you wanted to play. If you want to have a second chance, you can come back tomorrow. We will be playing around 12:30 GMT.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
so 12:30 p.m. GMT. Of course, if you want to learn more about playing games, we have about 12 of these modules. It's always cool to plug into your own training. I see that Asma, she had one answer correct. Well done, Asma. That's good. And John, you don't have to cry, man. You finished
Top 100.
Top 100, so that's really good.
It's a good start. So be sure to join in tomorrow. Be ready, set. Have a good dinner beforehand, and make sure you're all fit and ready to go.